Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and welcome to the short discussion with our two panels. First of all, I would like to thanks for giving me a chance to be a moderator for this short discussion with our two panels on an issue about the factors that make students feel sleepy during class, and what are the prevention steps that we can take in order to avoid the students sleeping in the class. First of all, let me introduce our panels because both of them have a lot of knowledge for our short discussion topic. Our first panel is Muhammad Naufal bin Muhammad Khalil, matrix number 1200604, and our second panel is Muhammad Nabil bin Muhammad Nurizal 1200603. Let's start our discussion by introducing the issue, that is the factors that make students sleeping in the class and the prevention. I would like to invite our second panel, Muhammad Nabil Aiman, to present the introduction.
All right. Hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Abaiman bin Rizal, and my metric number is 1200603. Okay, so I want to talk to you about our introduction. Okay, basically, the relationship between sleep and cognitive function has been a topic of interest for over a century. Well-controlled sleep studies conducted with healthy adults have shown that better sleep is associated with a myriad of superior cognitive function, including better learning and memory. These effects have been found to extend beyond the laboratory settings, such that self-reported sleep measures from students in the comfort of their own homes have also been found to be associated with academic performance. Okay, sleep is thought to play a crucial part and specific role in the memory consolidation. Although the exact mechanism behind the relationship between sleep, memory, and neuroplasticity are yet unknown, the general understanding is that specific synaptic connections that were active during awake periods are strengthened during sleep, allowing for the consolidation of memory, and synaptic connections that were inactive are awakened. Thus, sleep provides an essential function for memory consolidation, that allowing us to remember what has been studied, which in turn is critical for successful academic performance. Beyond the effect of sleep and memory consolidation, lack of sleep has been linked to a poor attention and cognition. Well, well-controlled deprivation studies have shown that the lack of sleep not only increased fatigue and sleepiness, but also worsened cognitive performance. In fact, cognitive performance of an individual who has been awake for 17 hours is equivalent to that exhibited by one who has a blood alcohol concentration of 0.05%. Outside of a laboratory setting, study examining sleep in a comfort of people's own homes via self-report surveys have found that persistently poor sleepers experience significantly more daytime difficulties in regards of fatigue, sleepiness, and poor cognition compared with persistently good sleepers. Alright, generally, sleep is associated with academic performance in school. Sleep deficit has been associated with lack of concentration and attention during class. While a few studies report that, note effect, most studies looking at the effect of quality sleep and duration on academic performance have been linked longer and better quality sleep with a better academic performance, such as school grades, and study effort. Similarly, sleep inconsistency plays a part in academic performance. Sleep inconsistency, sometimes called social jet lag, is defined by inconsistency in sleep schedule and or duration from day to day. It is typically seen in the form of sleep that during weekdays followed by oversleep on weekends. Sleep inconsistency tends to be greatest creators in adolescent and young adults who step up late but are constrained by strict morning schedule. Adolescents who experience greater sleep inconsistency perform worse in school. Okay, in our research, we want to investigate or we want to discover on how the student actually feel tired during the school, and we want to overcome this issue. So before that, we need to know how the classroom environment. We need to know how the teaching technique, teaching method. All this information we need to discover and figure out what the best way to overcome this issue.
Question for our first panel, Muhammad Naufal, how the students' daily routines can cause sleepiness to the students. Thank you to our moderator, Mr. Naufal. So I will answer the question that given to me. First of all, many factors make students feel tired and sleepy during class. One of the most common factors that leads to sleepiness is sleep deprivation, which it can be caused by many reasons. Sleep deprivation means not getting enough sleep. So there are two usual terms that can describe what is the type of the sleep deprivation, which is acute sleep deprivation and chronic partial sleep deprivation. So how does sleep deprivation can occur due to the student's routine? First of all, most of the students likes to pulling an all-nighter where they stay up for the whole day or even longer without any sleep to maybe complete their assignment or do some other activities like playing games, using mobile phones, or just chatting with their friends that can lead to the sleep deprivation. Nowadays, it has become a habit to using a smartphone for the most of people. Smartphone usage is always linked to the lack of sleep problems among the students. Students who do not get enough sleep may experience daytime sleepiness as their body are tired and fatigued because lack of rest. Sleepiness can be noticeable effect of the sleep deprivation, but it is not the only reason. Other than sleep deprivation, sleepiness can also occur by other circumstances, such as sleep disorder. Sleep disorder is a loss of ability to sleep well at night because of hyperstress or other health problem. Sleep disorder can be classified into many different types such as insomnia, sleep apnea, and narcolepsy. Thank you, Muhammad Firdaus. Interesting and full of information presentation. Now, moving to the next question for Mr. Nabil. How are the condition of the classroom environment and how to improve the lecturers' teaching styles to make learning more active and captivating?
Alright, thank you, Mr. Moderator. Okay, right now the question is how the condition affect the classroom environment. Okay, let me explain to you. Learning environments have a critical impact in student achievement. Sitting, lighting, noise, and even color may all have an impact on the learning ability. Students that study in a favorable learning environment are more motivated and have a greater overall learning experience. Students learning in a poor circumstances such as noisy and full of distractions will find it very difficult to retain knowledge and stay interested. It is important for students to be comfortable when studying in a classroom or even in a school library. So, whether there are beanbag chairs or modular seat in the classroom, the comfortable sitting encourages students to collaborate with their friends and teachers in a positive manner. So that means we need to ensure that our sitting and our furnitures We need to be comfortable in and suitable for the student to sit. Teachers will be able to change the array in a minute or two with a little effort if your classroom are adaptable and flexible. Okay, the next is lighting. Lighting also can influence how effectively students immerse in the study. Any available natural light will use in effective classroom lighting system with the addition of artificial light if necessary. Natural light may Natural light may assist students, teachers, and administrators on a physical and psychology level. Natural light has been proved to improve student health, focus, and even exam performance. In order to build a successful classroom, lighting is a crucial factor to consider. According to studies, children who study in natural illuminated spaces often score 35% higher marks than those who learn in dark places. So natural light, example for natural light is our sunlight. So we need to make sure our window to be open for our natural light, which is sunlight, to come enter our classroom. Next, I want to talk about noise. Excessive noise can also interfere with learning by disrupting the memory and severe distraction and harming a student's ability to pay attention. Noise has been shown to interfere with student learning and well-being in studies. Memory, focus, and capacity to identify speech, the learning process, and reading comprehension are all harmed by noise. Noise also has been linked to production of stress hormones and development of excessive blood pressure in youngsters, especially in our case is students. According to studies, youngsters do not become acclimated to noise, and the harm it causes does not diminish over time. This also affects to students. When students are engaged, when students are engaged in tasks that require a high mental process, such as learning new concepts, or when teachers are vocally presenting new or complicated material, the ability to pay attention is especially vital. That's all from me. Thank you. Okay, thank you, moderator, for the question just now. So the question just now is how the teaching teaching method can impact the classroom environment. Okay, teaching method that widely used by the teachers. They have their own pros and cons for us to explore. Okay, let me talk to you about this. Okay, first, the authority model. Authority model is centered on the teacher and usually involves long lectures or one-way presentation. It is required for students to take notes and absorb information. The benefit is this the benefit for this technique for this model is the technique is appropriate for some higher education fields and large group situations like auditorium. For the course like history, where crucial information, dates, and people must be memorized. The pure lecture, the pure lecture is the best method. Okay, the drawback is little or no connection with the teacher. It is a dubious paradigm for educating youngsters. It also can be touched as newsworthy. For older, more mature students, this is preferable strategy. Okay, the second one is demonstrating. The second one is by demonstrating student what they need to know is demonstrator model. Yeah, that is what demonstrator model do. Okay, the teacher who using this demonstrator model are like those who like they incorporate with multimedia presentation, exercises, and demonstration. Advantage for this teaching style is allows professor or teacher to include a range of forms such as lecture and multimedia presentation. While it's great for teaching math, music, and physical education, and also art, it's harder to meet the needs of the student in a bigger classroom. Okay, that's for the answer for the question. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you for the great presentation from Mr. Nabil. Now, for the last question, how to prevent the students from tiredness and sleepiness? Muhammad Naufal, Firdaus, present your answer. Thank you to our moderator for the question. First of all, stay sharp in the class is the teacher's responsibility and the students' self-motivation to keep themselves awake in the class. The teacher can do many ways to prevent the students from sleeping in the class. For example, while others are distracted by the task given, the teachers can approach the students that sleep and suggest him or her to get some drink and stretch their body at the back of the room. By doing this, it will keep them awake and stay active to be more focused on the lecture. Other than that, a theoretical talk will probably make the students feel bored and lose their focus. The teachers are advised to shift their learning techniques or style to be more energetic. For example, do some activities that requires movement. There is some activity suggestion that teachers can apply during their class, inspired by Jennifer Gonzalez, which is chat stations. Chat stations is a type of learning that requires the students to be at some parts of the classroom standing and discussing the lecture. Then the students will rotate to other groups after a few minutes of discussion and explanation. Thank you, Mr. Vidaus, with the answer that you give. To close our short discussion, I would like to hear a conclusion from Mr. Nabil.
For the conclusion is, if the teacher is creative to manipulate the student to make sure the student is focused to them, it is great. It is very important to the teachers. So the teachers need to know what the best and the perfect method or technique to use in their classroom. It is to ensure the student can focus throughout the day on the study session. Also, the student also need to focus on the teacher to know what exactly that be taught by the teacher. The student need to keep their body healthy and sleep well. Sleep well. This is the important part. Sleep well. Yeah, you need to arrange your schedule to at night to sleep early and wake up early. That's the important part. As a student, me as a student, uh, I also need to discover what the best way to arrange my own schedule to make sure that I can sleep early and wake up early in the morning. So that's all from me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Mr. Nabil. That's all from us. Thank you.